The real secret to happiness is to return to your source, to your original source, to who you are and who you were from the beginning of time.
Time, 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 time.
I just want to be happy. Happy. That's all I want, is to be happy.
What do I think it means to be happy? To be happy, you have to be free from suffering, emotional and mental suffering, not so much physical pain. I think happiness is the burden of constantly searching for happiness. Because to tell you the truth, if I had my choice, I wouldn't have named myself happy. I would have named myself sorrow, anger, indifference, frustration, anything but happy.
I find that people are typically unhappy because as a human race, we try to put the word unhappy in a box of limitation, which is making it to be under the category of maybe a lifestyle. Most people believe that happiness is a choice. I don't agree with that personally. I believe that it is somewhat of a lifestyle.
I am happy. Are you happy? We should all be happy.
The thing about life is that we need to question everything about the truth of life, to ask ourselves, what is happiness?
Who are you? What is your name? What is your reality? I just want to know what happy is.
I want to share with you what I believe happiness is and how to share happiness with others.
Is it possible to have happiness without finding it? Why do we look for happiness as if it's something to search for when it's deep within ourselves, when it lies deep down inside us? Why do we look for it everywhere else except for where it really truly resides, which is inside?
I believe happiness is every good moment in life. Being able to wake up every day and have a fresh start, and just being able to have a roof over your head. I find that people are typically unhappy because they chase after the wrong things in life. Most people chase after things like money, romance, success, or fame, which is great to them, but it really just gives them a temporary fix to an inevitable void in their life. Most people are chasing happiness because they want to feel fulfilled with their lives, and they want to know what they're doing is the right thing for them, even if it's not. Many people find themselves unhappy when they're searching for happiness. But what would make me happy is if people just realize that, while happiness is great, it's terminal. You love it while it's there, but it goes away. Which is why I wish that people would stop chasing after it and just start appreciating every single moment they do get to be truly happy. Is it possible to be happy and know what happiness truly is? I believe so. Even if it is just one glimpse of happiness for one moment of your life, I feel like you can still know what happiness truly is just by having that one moment. But if I was to be truthful about my life and my entire journey, I would say that my name is actually Fearful. Because I know that chasing happiness will be endless. And I don't want to be spending my whole entire life chasing for this one thing, when I could just be appreciating every single moment that I do get when I'm striving to reach for this thing.
What do you think happiness is? And how would you share happiness with others?
What I believe happiness is and how to share happiness with others. My view of true happiness is just self-love. Having done the inner work and healed all of your traumas, being able to extend grace the way that you know God has extended grace to you, to me is the most humblest just joy ever. And happiness is happiness. I don't want to give the secret away, but I feel like if you do the inner work and you heal from your traumas, when your happiness is revealed to you, it's nothing like you've ever imagined. I find that people are typically unhappy because they're not living their life's purpose. They are probably spinning their wheels, pleasing everyone else, and not showing that same love that they're giving inwardly to themselves. Most people are chasing happiness because they're afraid to face, in my opinion, they're afraid to face their fears and afraid of the opinions of others. Sometimes that will keep you in bondage just by itself. Many people find themselves unhappy when they are searching for happiness. But what would make you happy? I think deep level of unhappiness to truly find your happiness. What would make me happy is just exactly what I have right now. The amount of peace that I know that I have, the love that I know that I have, the grace that I know that I have, just knowing that I am truly the daughter of the Most High King. Nothing compares to that. It's beautiful just to wake up in the morning. Things I've never imagined I'd find beauty in, like sunrises and sunsets and, the colors of the rainbow. It took me to go through a long, deep journey of some self-healing. And I would say 3 years. And this year or last year, October was my awakening. And it was the most confusing time of my life. I had a brain injury early 2020. I literally felt like my brain was in a salt shaker. It was so confusing. Just confusing. Is it possible to be happy? Absolutely. I think, again, if you do the inner work, what's revealed to you is so picturesque. It's so calming. It's not the waterfall picture and where everything's perfect. That's not true happiness. I had to lose everything to gain what I have now. My happiness used to be attached to people, to places, to things, to objects, to everything except for God Himself, I should say. And it's now, you would think that I would have lost my mind, no job. My long-term disability has been pending for months at a time now. I had to appeal it. It cost me like $8,000 to do it. Barely got approved for food stamps. Everything that you would think could go wrong has gone wrong, but in my eyes, it's gone so right. But it took me to go through that spiritual awakening and to truly relation with God, to know the power that I hold as His daughter.
What do you think happiness is? And how would you share happiness with others?
Hi, my name is Happy. I believe that happiness is the freedom from that mental and emotional pain that most people carry along with themselves. And some people carry that with them their whole entire life. Most people are struggling with happiness because I believe that they're focused too much on the negative things in their lives. Like my mother once said, I have all these daggers in my back, and if I took them out, then where would I be? Where's my identity? Most people identify more with their pain, with their suffering, with their sorrow. It's very important to look within yourself and work on those things that have been weighing you down and recognize them for what they are. Past events, just memories stored in your head that you're holding on to, trying to find some resolution, and maybe believing that you can never find it, but it is there and it is within you. You can learn to release those negative things by practicing gratitude, finding the smallest things that make you happy, even watching a movie, a comedy, something that makes you laugh, brings you joy. Laughter is great, and laughter costs nothing. We can think about our past struggles and pain, and sometimes we can laugh at those things because they're gone, they're in the past, and they did not take us down. They were obstacles that we did overcome, no matter how painful it may still feel. we overcame them because we're still here, and that's something to be joyful about and happy about. But if I was being honest, my name wouldn't be happy. My name would be pain. My name would be anguish, indifference, anger. So if I'm being honest, I would name myself anything other than happy.
The purpose of this film is to create awareness, a positive awareness movement.
Do you believe it's possible to be happy and not know what happiness is?
Happiness is feeling strong, like you've got so much power and just loving life. You love everything around you. You just love it and you don't want it to end. Hello, my name is Happiness, and I want to share with you what I believe happiness is and how to share happiness with others. I believe happiness is feeling complete and feeling like everything in your life is going well, that everything is going great and you're just loving life, loving everything you do and you don't want to ever leave. I find people are typically unhappy because there's something in their life that is just wrong, like it's just not there and there's some empty space in their heart. Or maybe they're angry, they're confused, they're traumatized, they just don't know what's happening and they don't feel what society wants them to. People are typically unhappy because there's something that they can't control, or there's something that just wasn't meant to happen, like you failed a test even though you practiced, you read your books even though you failed, you don't remember something even though you're meant to. Most people choose happiness because it is the normal in society and that everyone in society is meant to be happy. But no one really knows what happiness is. They're just told that they should and that happiness is normal and that everyone should be happy because that's how society wants them to be. I believe my family makes me happy because without them I would not be alive. I would have just given up, I would have gone crazy and I would have just left the earth. So my family is the only one who keeps me alive, who loves me, and is the reason why I'm happy. If I was truthful though, I would say that my name is actually Confused because I'm confused about life, I'm confused about people. I don't know what's going to happen next year or the year after that. You don't know if you're going to be here next year or what's going to happen. Are you going to pass? Are you going to do something extraordinary in the next minute, or are you going to mess everything up totally? And everything is just not put to plan. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know who you're going to meet the next day, and you just don't know how to feel about anything. But maybe I will be happy, but happiness isn't always what you think it's gonna be.
Are you happy? We should all be happy.